Yes, professor.
Okay, sir. So, good morning, students. Welcome to the Supply Chain Management module number 32. Today, we are going to discuss on this thing. In past couple of classes, we discussed on that content beyond syllabus. The one topic what we discussed is the ant colony algorithm for traveling salesman problem. And another content beyond syllabus is genetic algorithm for container loading problems. Okay. So, this CBS belongs to Unit 3. Now we are coming to the assignment portion, and then we are going with the Unit 4. Okay. In this assignment, so far you submitted a single one assignment. Now this is the assignment 2, and we will consider this for the assignment 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So this assignment is a open assignment. Okay. In this assignment, we are giving only the assignment questions. You can select your own questions. Okay. So we are not going to give this time as a common assignment for all the students because there is a lot of reasons. And this assignment we are sharing in the Google Sheet, and the link will be provided in your WhatsApp and also in the chat box. Okay. You just open this Google Sheet, and whatever the topic you needed, you write your roll number and your name. Okay. You can select your own topic. We are not forcing any topic on you. And the second thing, the date of submission also you have to provide by yourself. Okay. We are not going to force you to submit before this date or that date. But as you are an engineer, you have to give the reasonable date of submissions. Okay. Okay. So here, one student can attend or submit one assignment. It is more than sufficient. Okay. So till end of the semester, there is no more assignments. One student, only one assignment or one question like that. Okay. In the Google Sheet, we are having 4 different categories of assignments. Okay. The first category is the class seminar. Okay. We gave some few topics as a class seminar. Okay, in this class seminar, the student can combine 3 students in a batch. Okay, only for class seminar. Okay, if you select a class seminar, no need to write any other assignment. Just take the session and close it. Okay, this class seminar topics are available in the Google Sheet, and each batch, that is a batch for a class seminar, is 3 students. Okay, the side you can write your roll number, name, and when you are going to take the seminar. Okay, that date. Already you are having the SCM timetable with you. So based on that, you select your own date, but it should not be too long. Okay, as early as possible, you have to take that session. Okay, for class seminar, we allocate 3 students. Okay, each students can participate or a single student can participate. It's not a problem, but you have to accompany the 45 minutes class. Okay, you should not take for 5 minutes and you should not keep quiet. Okay, anyway, you have to engage the class for the entire session. This is the first category of assignment. The student, those who are interested in taking the seminar, can take it. Okay. The second category of the assignment is Part A questions. Here, for single Part A's row, one student has to enter your name and roll number. Okay, each row has 10 Part A questions. That is 10 2 marks. Okay, for example, here you can see we are giving first April 2011 Part A 10 questions. That means the previous year Anna University supply chain management question papers. Okay, all these question papers are available in your Google Classroom final year CSE A. Okay, if you enter in the Google Classroom final year CSE A, in SCM topic, below that you can see previous year question papers. If you open that thing, you can see lot of question paper, Anna University question paper for SCM subjects. Okay, in that subject, for April 2, there will be 10 2-mark questions, and that student have to answer that 10 2-mark questions. Okay, And each 2-mark question, you have to give some explanation. You have to give one example or a case study, and you have to draw diagram if possible, or you have to write some application. Okay. For the 2-mark question, there should be the 3 points. That is must. Okay. This answer, you have to type it in the MS Word, submit as a Word file in the same Google Classroom. Okay. No need to write anything on the paper, no need to scan anything. Just type it in the Word and then submit in the Google Classroom. Now we are going to create an assignment 2 for you. Okay. In that you put the assignment things. This is for part A. Part A, only one student has to enroll it. Okay. Next thing is the third category is the part B questions for the same Anna University previous year question paper. For the part B section, you have to answer it. Okay. There will be, for one student, one question will be allotted. Okay. No need to write more than one question. A single part B question, if you wrote, it is more than sufficient. Okay. Here also, you have to type it in the MS Word and then you have to submit it. Don't type it in the PDF and other things. Don't write it and scan it. Just type it in the Word and then submit the assignment. It should be minimum 3 pages in MS Word in normal single spacing. Okay. In this thing, there should be one explanation. There should be one flow diagram or block diagram or some other diagram. It is compulsory, and you have to explain one case study. Okay. In announced exam, if you write the case study, then only you will get the full mark. So one case study is important. So this 3 things: explanation of that question, one diagram, and one case study should be there. It should be typed in a MS Word and you have to submit it. Okay. Okay. Here also the students can select your own date of submission. There is no compulsion, but it should not be too far. Before completing Unit 5, you have to complete all these assignments. Okay. Unit 5 will be completed in next 14 hours, 14 periods. Okay. 14 periods means within 4 weeks it will be completed. So before that, within 3 weeks, you have to submit the assignment such a way that you have to select the date. Okay. And the last category is, fourth category of assignment, you will have some case studies for some topics. Okay. We are not specific any topic. You can select your own topic on the concerned unit. Okay. For case study, 2 students can combine together to solve these questions. Okay. 2 students by combined together submit a single assignment. Okay. Again, it is in the Word format only. You have to submit in the Google Classroom. Google Classroom. Okay. So this is about the assignment. At the end of this class, in the chat box, we will put that Google link, and also in your WhatsApp group, we will put the Google link. Okay. Open it, enter your name, roll number, and date of. Okay. The assignment is compulsory for all the students. There is more choice for you also. Around 175 assignments are there, but our students is not that much. So you can give some of the choices also. It is very, very important. Okay. Next assessment, Anna University internal assessment entry will purely depend on this assignment mark only. Okay. So if you are not submitting, we are not going to compel you, and we are not going to remember you in the group or something, submit it like that. You are an engineer. Okay. So it is not the manners. So the assignment is given, you have to submit it. If you are not submitting any of these topics, definitely we will put 0 mark. Accordingly, your internal will be reduced. Don't mistaken us. Okay. Because we are giving only the open size assignment. But in the second internal assessment and third internal assessment entry mainly depends on this assignment mark. Okay. Once you submit all this assignment, it will be consolidated together and it will be written back to all of you, so that in final university exam preparation, it is easy for you. Okay. No need to go and search for the Anna University question paper. Everything we provided. No need to search for the answer for those questions also. We will provide it. Okay. The part A question, whatever we are giving, that is whatever the assignment given. If you give the answer for that thing, that will be consolidated and written back to you. If you study those things, it is more than sufficient. You can get very high grade in SCM subjects. Okay. So please take it little serious, and we will not remember it again. Simply we will reduce your mark, internal mark. Please see to that. You have to submit the assignment. Okay. Is there any doubt in this thing? So, Saran sir.
Yes, bro, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
ಇಲ್ಲ bro, sir, ಇಲ್ಲ.
Okay, sir. Sir, Garas?
ಇಲ್ಲ sir, ಇಲ್ಲ.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Okay, students, there is any.
ಶಿವಸನೂನ್ sir. ಇಲ್ಲ bro, sir, ನೀವು proceed பண்ணுங்க.
Okay, students. If there is any doubt, you can ask us. If there is no doubt, we will go with the unit 4. Okay. If there is any doubt, you will put it on the chat box. We will reply to those things. Okay. Okay. Now coming to the unit 4. Unit 4 is supply chain sourcing and coordination. Okay. What is meant by sourcing means where the supply chain will get the material. For example, if I am having an automobile industry, let us take a Hyundai industry. Okay, in the Hyundai, for making the car body, we need the sheet metal. Where the sheets are obtained from? Okay, the sheets are obtained from the steel plants. Where the steel plants got its material, it is from the iron ore. Okay, they have to dig the mountains and they have to take the iron ore and they have to fabricate the steel sheets. That sheets will be bent into the car body design and then they are fabricating it. Okay, so that is what we call it as a sourcing. The material required for manufacturing something is obtained from raw material or it may be anything. Okay, so that is what we called as sourcing. So that is the first half of the unit. In 14A, you will got this. First half of the unit is sourcing. Second half, it is coordination. What is big coordination? Suppose let us take a Amazon supply chain. You are ordering a textbook or if you are ordering a mobile phone. Okay, the mobile phone reaches you. While it is reaching you, there is lot of supply chain elements are there. For example, the mobile manufacturer, the shop owner, the delivery boy, the store stockyard, and the lot of things are there. It's logistic, transport. Okay, and if you take the micro analysis, each and every element in that supply chain or individual, they are having separate owner. And each owner will concentrate only on their profit. For example, if a person is using a lorry, a truck, okay, he wanted the product what you ordered is from Haryana. From Haryana, we have to take that mobile phone to Chennai. Okay, while traveling, they are using a lorry. Let us take an assumption. Okay, the lorry owner, he is entirely different and he is not related to Amazon, and he is not bothered about any other thing. What he will bother? He will bother such that his load, his truck will be loaded to the maximum extent, so that only he can get the profit. Okay, so he may wait for 5 or 6 hours or even a day without moving a lorry from Haryana. At the time, what happens? The mobile phone, what we ordered, is in the lorry itself. Okay, for a day without any movement. So if you take if the lorry owner, yes, it is correct for him, for his profit, he is doing the same. But for us, what happens? It is get delayed. Okay, so there should be a coordination between the various elements in the supply chain. The lorry owner has to coordinate with the shop owner, and the lorry owner has to coordinate with the delivery section or the stockyard, and they have to coordinate with the customer. Okay, so everybody coordinate with each other, then only it is possible for us to reach the product to the customer in time. Okay, so this coordination is essential. So these are the two main segments of the unit 4. 14B will be mostly from the coordination of the supply chain. Okay. Okay. This is your syllabus given in this analytic curriculum, analytic syllabus. You will see one by one. What is sourcing? Sourcing can be a purchase of any goods required for manufacturing. Let us take an automobile industry, Hyundai industry or Ashok Leyland. Okay, they can fabricate all the parts, they can assemble it. But for painting, they cannot fabricate the paint and all. They have to get the paint from somebody else. Okay, so they are purchasing the paint from the paint company and they are coating over the vehicle. Okay. Similarly, if the glass windows or the front glass, whatever it may be, the Hyundai is not manufacturing the glass. Saint-Gobain manufacturing the glass. The Hyundai is purchased the glass from the Saint-Gobain. This is what we call as purchasing of goods. The purchasing of goods is the sourcing. Okay. And raw material purchase. Let us take a sugar factory. For the sugar factory, raw material is sugar cane. They have to purchase the sugar cane from the farmers. If it is the milk factory, they have to purchase the milk from the farmers. Okay. So this is what we call as the raw material purchase. Again, it is a sourcing. And processed component. Suppose let us take a ghee factory. In the ghee factory and all, they are not buying the milk as such. They are processed milk. Okay. Any food factories, whatever the food factory it may be, they are getting the product, processed product only inside that factory. So this is what we called as the processed component. Even if you kept in the air conditioner and if you are supplying it, refrigerator and if you are supplying it, then it is also called as the processed products. Okay. Again, we can get the product itself. For example, let us take a Dell computer. They are not having any new things. They are getting the Intel chip from the Microsoft. They are getting the board from the Microsoft. Like that, they have bought the product as such and they are assembling it and then they are selling it. So buying the product also is sourcing. Sub-assemblies. If you purchase a dining table or furnitures, it will be come to your home as a packaged component. If you open it, it is easy for us to assemble. Just if you screw it, we'll get the dining table. Okay. So this is what we call the sub-assemblies. Okay. And then services, the logistic service or whatever the service it may be, annual maintenance service, whatever it may be, that is also a sourcing. Spare parts, bike service, this and all called as the spares. The spares also comes under the sourcing. Okay. Even if you buy some company product shirt, you can see some 2 or 3 buttons placed extra in that shirt. Because if any buttons is come out of the shirt, you can replace it with that spare buttons. Okay. So again, it is called as a sourcing. Next is the storage unit. For example, if there is ice cream, definitely there need a AC unit, okay, air conditioner refrigerating unit. So this is what we call as the storage units, okay. And manpower, employees on contract, these are the manpowers. Nowadays, you can see a lot of Biharis or North Indians coming for the contract jobs like road works or electrical works like that, okay. So this is what we called as the manpower sourcing, okay. And the last thing is the other resources for the suppliers. Whatever the thing, if you are purchasing from the outside, it is called as the sourcing. Okay. So sourcing is the purchase of goods or resource from the supplier to execute the operation and yield a useful product or service to the customer. Okay, this is the definition for the sourcing. For example, let us take our college itself. Okay, if you take a department, either the CA, whatever the department may be, let us take an example of CSE department. There are 30 professors. Okay, and each section there is 150 students. If you take 4 years, how many students are there? Around 650 students are there, 30 faculties are there, non-teaching everything. If you accumulate it, there are 700 computer science engineers are there in the college. Okay, but we are not fabricating any computer by ourselves. Okay, even though there are 700 engineers, we are not able to, I am not saying that we are not able, we are not fabricating or we are not assembling the computer by ourselves. We are purchasing it from the outside. Okay, so this is what we call as sourcing. Even though we are capable of doing the same, we can get the spares and we can assemble it. It is possible for us, but we are not doing it and we are purchasing. So the operation of getting the required product to execute this operation. Okay, so that is what we called as the sourcing. Okay, next thing. Supply chain has to take a wise decision while sourcing, because while sourcing, if the product what we are getting from the supplier, yes, it is good. If you have bought the product of very low quality, definitely it will give lot of troubles. For example, in our college, if you want to purchase a UPS, Okay, we have to purchase only from the company UPS. Suppose if you are not purchasing a company UPS and we are going for a local brand, what happens? The battery goes off and it will not withstand the power failures. Okay, the system will cut off its power like that. It lot of troubles it will create. So sourcing is very very important, and where we are going to source it, that is also very very important. Okay, major type of outsourcings are raw material sourcing. Raw material means the basic material which is required to fabricate that thing. Okay, iron or sugar cane or whatever it may be, the base product from which we have to start the operation, that is what we call as the raw material sourcing. Most of the industries, most of the supply chain, they will source the raw material from the outside. Okay. Next is the semi-finished or spare goods. That means, suppose if the Hyundai is there, Hyundai will not fabricate all the component by itself. Okay, it will get the steering system from some company, it will get the brake system from some other company like that. Okay, for example, glass system they will get from the Saint Gobain. For brake they will go with the Mendo brakes. Okay, for steering system there is one company in what we call Tamaram side, that is they are getting the steering system from them. Okay, so that is what we called as semi-finished. They will bought that product, they will fix it in their component and they sell it. Okay, next is the distribution logistics sourcing, the transport of the product, the sales of the product, distribution centers. Okay, logistics, transports. Most of the supply chain will hire the third party for this logistic and distribution because it is the high risk area. There may be a lot of accident, there may be a traffic, there may be heavy rain, the drivers may go in strike. There is lot of risk factors are available. So to avoid that, most of the supply chain go with the sourcing for this logistic and distribution. And next is the product sourcing, getting the product, assemble it and sell it. Okay. And last is the service sourcing. Service means either you can, whatever the service for bike service or whatever the service it may be. Okay, it may be AMC or it may be a fitting service. If you bought a AC, some person will come and fit the AC in your home. Okay, so that is also a service. So they are sourcing that person to do that service. Okay, so these are the various types of outsourcing. Okay, raw material. The milk is the raw material, sugarcane is the raw material. For cookers, the steels are the raw materials. For power plant, coal are the raw material. If it is a hydro power plant, water is the raw material. Okay, this raw material, all the all the supply chain will sourcing this raw material from the outsiders. Okay. And next thing, sub-assemblies, that is what we see. In sub-assemblies, if you take Dell computers, they are successfully running the supply chain. They are getting the products from the outside and they are assembling it and they are selling it. And they are the top in this type of supply chain. If you take a Motorola, you may heard about this word Motorola. They are the mobile manufacturers. Okay, what these persons are did for 10 years back, if you take the market, Motorola are the leaders. Motorola are the pioneer in the mobile phones. Motorola are pioneer in the microprocessor and microcontrol fabrication units. Okay, even the PLCs, the Motorola are the famous all over the world. But what happens? The Motorola started sourcing all its components from the Chinese. Okay, similar to the Dell, what the Dell is doing. Similarly, the Motorola started purchasing its component from the China. Ultimately, what happens? The goods from China comes with low quality, so the Motorola loses its market. Now it is not in the market itself. Okay, because of this type of sourcing. But Dell is surveying because Dell is getting the quality products. Okay, if you take Apple, Apple is not anything in the outside. Whatever it may be, it is done inside the factory only. Okay, so these are the three different categories of the sourcing the sub-assemblies. Okay. Next is the distribution logistics centers. If you take AMA, they are having the multi-level marketing. Okay, it is a good type of distribution. The AMA doesn't bother about the sales. AMA only produce the product and give it to the distributors. Not even it is bothered about the advertisements or sales or marketing, anything. AMA only produce the product and give it to the distribution. The distribution center, they are maintaining the multi-level marketing and they are giving the money, they are sharing the money and distributing the product like that. Okay, suppose if you take the P&G, they also outsource similar to the Amway. Okay, they are producing detergent bars. They are producing the soaps for bathing. Okay, most of us doesn't know what is the soap manufactured by the P&G, because the P&G is not selling any product to the market directly. They are giving to the distribution center and they stop it. They move away from the supply chain. Distribution center only selling the soaps and other things. Okay. Next is the online service like Amazon, Flipkart. What these fellows are doing, these fellows doing only the distribution purpose. Amazon is doing only the distribution process. The product is with somebody, the customer is somebody. They are linking the customer and the product by the distribution. Okay, so this is called as the distribution sourcing. And the next is the product sourcing. If you take the larger marts, if you take a Big Bazaar or the Walmart, what happens, let us take an auto as an example. Auto comes in the barrel only, not in packets. In the Big Bazaar, they put it in the half kg packet, 1 kg packet, 5 kg packet, and they put the brand name as the Golden Harvest. Golden Harvest is the brand name of the Big Bazaar. Okay, this is not related to the quality and the quality of the auto, because the auto comes in barrels only. Okay, if you take TI cycles, this TI cycles in Ambattur, they are fabricating Hero cycle, Hercules cycle, whatever the Ladybird, whatever the cycle it may be, all the cycle fabricated in the TI cycles plant only. After manufacturing, they will put the Hero logo or Hercules logo. Okay, so the product is same, only the label changes. That is Hero, what they are doing, the Hero bicycle doesn't have any plant in Chennai. Okay, only TI cycle fabricate that plant and gives to the Hero. The Hero will put their logo and sell it. Okay, so this is what we call as a product sourcing. Sourcing the entire product itself. Okay, next is the service sourcing. Service, you know, already we discussed a lot. And then most of the service, what they are doing, for risky factors, they are going for the service type of distributions. Okay, now this is about the sourcing. Okay, now we decided to source something. To whom we have to get that product from? Okay, if you want to get the sugar cane, there is huge number of farmers available. From whom we have to get it? Suppose if it is a milk industry, there is huge number of farmers ready to supply the milk. From whom we have to get the milk? Okay, so for that there is some procedures. Okay, the identification of the supplier, supplier assessments. The next thing is the selection of the suppliers, design of the supplier contract, and design collaboration, material sourcing, and evaluating the supplier performance, and analysis and optimization. These are the various stages in order to select a good supplier. Suppose if you selected a bad supplier, the quality of your product goes down and you lose the entire market. Best example is the Motorola. Motorola is the pioneer in that time, but now there is no Motorola in the supply chain, because it is sourcing from the low quality suppliers. Okay. Identification of the supplier. How to identify a supplier? If it is a government, it will give the tender in the newspaper. So the suppliers will apply the tender and they will select the best. Okay. If it is a company like some government aided company, they are giving the advertisement in the newspaper. I want this thing, I want this thing, like that. You can see the EB panel setting advertisement in the newspaper oftenly. They will ask for the EB panel design and fabrications. Okay. And next is the register in the nearby industrial association. That is a SIPGOT. Ambattur Industrial Association or SIPGOT or what, there is lot of things are there. Okay, there you have to MSME, there you have to register it. So they will identify the suppliers and they will give it to you. Okay, next is the search engines. Okay, that is the best search engine is the IndiaMart, like that. If you register in that thing, the supplier will come and contact you. Okay, by sister concern, we can identify the suppliers. So who are all the eligible suppliers? Okay. Next thing is the assessment of the best suppliers. Okay, the assessment means we have to assess the supplier and we have to identify who is the best supplier or not. Okay, because we have to identify only the best supplier, so that only we will get the best product and we can be able to manufacture the best products. Okay, so for that we have to first identify the performance of that supplier. How they are performing, how they are producing the good quality product, how their products are sold in the market, what is the demand for their product. Like that, we have to check the performance. And then we have to go with the previous history of that supplier. Did they supplied regularly to the customers, or they are delaying and supplying? Like that, we have to check it. And then we have to check for the capability of extension. Suppose if for example, if you are giving the order to the supplier, and if you need, instead of 100 components, if you need 1,000 components, it is possible for them to extend and to work. For example, if you take the tailors and all, they will recruit the person during the school season, June, July. Okay, at the time, because they are having more orders, so they will be able to extend their activities. Next is the inventory facilities. They have to get the good inventory with them. Okay, after getting the order, they should not purchase the things. They have the raw material with them readily available. Okay. Next is the employee satisfaction. Also, we have to see that whether the employees in that industry are satisfied with the salary and the wages. Okay. If the employees are not satisfied, means definitely there will not be, product will not be of good quality, and there may be any strike or any lockdown will occur in that industry. So we should not go with the type of suppliers. Okay. Next is that we have to see the loan detail of that supplier, whether they paid the loan fully or not. They are having some other things, because the financial situation of that supplier is very important for a manufacturer. Then we have to see the financial status and logistic facilities. Okay. Next is the decision of the supplier contract. Okay. Design of the supplier contract. So once if you identify that the supplier is good, we have to sign a contract. Contract is nothing but an agreement or MOU. The agreement means you have to supply this product with this quality for this rate. Like that, both of them will sign and both of them will go in that agreement. Okay. So the contract is very, very important. Both the manufacturer should not violate the contract and supplier should not violate that contract. Next is the design collaboration. Once the contract is made, then the manufacturer has to give his design to the supplier, ask them to fabricate the product as per the design. Okay. So that is the design collaboration. Till that, the most of the industries will not relieve its design content. Okay. But if you have an agreement and all, you have to give the design to them. For example, 5 or 6 years back, you can see that there is a bike called as Hero Honda. Okay, the Hero is the company in the India. Honda is a foreign company. They are giving their design to the Hero, ask them to manufacture a bike, and so they are selling in the Indian market. Once if you achieve that market, now the Honda is fabricating their bike, their design separately. Okay, Hero is fabricating the bike with their design and with their market separately. Okay, so this is what we called as the design collaboration. Similarly, Maruti Suzuki. The Maruti is the Indian company, Suzuki is the foreign company. Suzuki gave its design to the Maruti, asked the Maruti to fabricate the vehicles. Now they are doing it separately. So this is what we call as the design collaboration. Manufacturer have to give the design to the supplier till the contract and ask the supplier to fabricate that product. Recruitment. This is what we means getting the quality material as the raw material. The supplier also get the quality raw material. Okay, so that is the case. And next is the evaluation of the supplier. Once if you started, if I identify the supplier and if you assess the supplier and given the design, everything, and you have to evaluate that supplier, whether they are performing as per the desired needs and norms. Okay, because some of the supplier, for example, if you take some of the travels, like let us take in Chennai itself, if you take your Bhagya Travels or some other thing, they are doing lot of logistic services in Chennai. Okay, they are not having their own transport, they are not having their own buses, they are getting the buses on loan basis and they are running it. If you take a KPN Travel, all the buses are not belongs to KPN Travel. Some of the buses are belongs to some private persons. They are taking the franchise of KPN and you are running it. Okay, so they have to check whether they are performing good or not. Okay, suppose for example, if X person is running a bus and they get the franchise from KPN and they put the name as KPN. If they are not maintaining the quality of that KPN, who is the loser? The KPN is the loser, not the X or Y. Similarly, the Shell petrol bank, they are having list of rules, they have to follow those rules. So that has to be evaluated by the manufacturer periodically. Okay, so that is what we call as the evaluation of the supplier. Next is the sourcing analysis and optimization stage, which is the very, very important stage. Here, the manufacturer or the supply chain has to do macro analysis and micro analysis. It has to find it out what are all the pitfalls available, how it can be overcome. Okay, so it is very, very important in this thing. And they have to go for the optimization. What is optimization means? By setting all the constraints and producing the products or supplying the product to the customer. So this is what we called as the optimization. Suppose if you take some of the August month, there is heavy rainfall, so the transport will be very difficult. Then what we have to do? We have to transport those products in July itself. Okay, this is what we called as the analysis and optimization. Okay, and moreover, the product when it is comes to the market, we can keep the price little higher. Okay, after it is sustained in the market, it is essential to reduce the cost of that product. Then only it is possible to sustain in the market. In order to reduce the cost means they have to analyze in all the aspects. They have to optimize the non-value added activities and non-value added things happening inside the company and outside the company. Okay, unnecessary material handling, unnecessary transport of material, unnecessary inventories. This has to be avoided. So that is what we call as the optimization stage. Okay. So after this, we will stop this session, and the next session we will start with the remaining portions. Okay. In the next class, we are going to complete the first half of the unit, because the first half of the unit is very, very simple. Okay. So is there any doubt up to this thing? We discussed about the assignment. We discussed about what is sourcing, what are the components can be sourced. Okay, how to select a supplier for sourcing. That is what we discussed so far. Up to this, is there any doubt? Okay, students, if you are having any no doubt, you can leave. But please inform the remaining students about the assignments. Okay, because we cannot wait for each and every student to be in the class, and we have to instruct each and every student. Please inform your classmates, those who are in on duty or those who are absent for the class. Okay, fine. The absence list posted in the chat box. If there is any discrepancies, please revert us back. If there is no issues, you can leave the class, sir. All the best.